Jumpscare Rewind. Jumpscare Rewind.
Welcome to Jumpscare Rewind. This is the show where I speak with fellow cinemaniacs about their mutual affection for all things horror movies. Today's guest is my friend Caleb Phillips. Phillips is an LA-based filmmaker responsible for the South by Southwest winning horror short Other Side of the Box and Play Me, which premiered at Screamfest. He is currently in post-production on his first feature film, Imposters, in which I have a wee role in, and I can't wait to see it. Anyway, everyone, please welcome Caleb Phillips. Caleb, welcome to the show.
Good to see you, Ian.
Good to see you too. Thank you for doing this.
Dude, it's been a while. It's been almost a year since we were out in Massachusetts.
Yeah, that was last October. It was like Halloweenish time.
Yeah. So
what were you doing there?
For people who don't know, I directed a feature film in Massachusetts in September, October, and Ian plays a important role in the cold open of our film, where he's
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You play a dad who has gone off the deep end in a very Stephen King way. You're like losing your mind. There is a hot brand involved. There is a rifle involved in a creepy barn. And yeah, it was a fun one-day shoot for the cold open. So we met, we bonded, and then we parted ways, and we haven't seen each other since.
It's been very sad. I thought you said when you were saying hot brand, I was thinking like what, like Nike or like Hilfiger?
Oh, no. Like a literal brand somebody pulls out of a stove.
Oh, I remember. Yeah. That was so fun. Yeah, it's great to see you again. So when can we see this movie?
So it is about 90% done. We are putting the final touches on the color grade. Music is done, sound is done, and we are submitting to festivals in the next few weeks. So it'll be done in the next 2 to 3 weeks. But excuse me.
Yeah.
But release is still TBA.
And are you, of course you're going to say you are, but are you happy with what you have so far?
I legitimately am. Me and the producers are over the moon about it. I think we got something really, really cool. I think it's a mystery, and I think the mystery really pays off. I think it's got a banger of an ending. I think the third act gets really violent. Yeah, I'm really proud of it.
I remember when working on it, and I won't reveal anything, but you said it doesn't, when auditioning for it, you're like, it's not necessarily a horror film. Is that?
Yeah, I would say it wants to be marketed like a horror film, but it's very much a psychological thriller mystery with another subgenre I can't reveal because that kind of gives away the twist. And it, but yeah, it's very much it's a lot closer to a Get Out than like a Barbarian. Like it's much more like a creeping psychological thriller.
Next week on my show, I'm having this segment in the show called the Bloody Spotlight, and we'll have one today where I speak to an actor, someone who's been in like a horror film. And next week I'm speaking to the guy that played the mother in Barbarian.
So sick. That's really sick.
I'm excited about that. That was a crazy movie. You see Weapons?
Oh yeah, I've seen it twice. I love it.
It's so good. It's like P.T. Anderson's Magnolia meets horror. It's so good.
Yeah, and it's surprisingly a lot funnier than I thought it would be, which I'm starting to really want that out of my horror films. Like these like high highs and low lows. Yeah, it's something I want to explore in future projects.
I think it complements the horror, it complements the comedy that kind of, keeps you not expecting
100%
the elements that come up. Have you seen any other horror movies recently?
Saw The Long Walk. I really like The Long Walk. It makes some changes from the book that I think I like quite a bit. Obviously Sinners earlier this year. Mm-hmm. I just saw an indie drama called Twinless, and it's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's best watched going in blind. My friends recommended that I not look up anything about it, but
not literally blind, just
Not
no?
just no, it's an audio
Okay.
only movie. It's a podcast.
Oh, that's
No,
challenging.
the first 20 minutes, you're not really sure what it's going to be. You're like, oh, okay, like this kind of feels like a moody, funny drama. And then around the 20-minute mark, a turn happens and you kind of get a scope of what the movie is. And it's really fun.
Okay. I will check that out. And what did you meant? Oh yeah, Long Walk. You did like it. I liked it too. It is depressing,
I know. Yeah.
but good. Woo.
I'm so obsessed with David Johnson. I think that's his name. The guy
Oh,
who plays Pete.
I from Alien as well, the newer
Yep.
Alien film. Okay, yeah, he's great. He's so good.
Yeah. And like I think that my favorite scene is whenever he points at the family watching them from the side of the road, and our protagonist Ray is like a little belligerent about it and like has a lot of bile, and justifiably it's like they're waiting for us to die. They're waiting to watch us die. And he's like, I see a family, and if you can't believe in that family, then like there's no point to winning. Something to that extent. And yeah, I really, really dig it.
Was that a part of the book? That element that you just mentioned?
It's very much a part of the book in a thematic sense. Like it is something that is like recycled over in the, because you're only in the protagonist's head, and recycled over and over again. But it's I can't quite remember if Pete in the book labels it as hard as he does in the movie, which I think is necessary since he can't really be in the characters' heads.
Sure, that is challenging. So why horror? Why do you love this genre?
I always have trouble answering this, and it's like I never prepare to be asked it again. I think
I want
off the cuff,
spontaneity. That's good.
off the cuff, I think that I'm attracted to extreme subject matter, whether it be themes or visuals, and horror makes it very palatable. It's a very effective delivery method when you want to talk about things that are uncomfortable. Like, a lot of the stories I want to tell have to do with really bleak ideas and subject matter, and horror gives you a way to make it entertaining, that you can like package it into like a puzzle box and make people excited to lean forward, and it's almost like a way to like get your vegetables deep fried, I guess.
Okay.
And I also just love genre, and it's
Me too.
the extreme of everything, and it's also really broad. Like whenever I go to film festivals or like go to genre pages, the amount of things I can classify as horror is really, really broad, to the point like some aren't scary at all and some are the bleakest things you've ever seen. And those expectations are really fun to work in. Like when you understand like what an audience has already been conditioned to expect from a genre, you can either subvert or complement, and that is a lot easier for me than an unpioneered path, an untrodden path of like, oh, it can be anything. So like I really love working within expectations.
Well, that's funny because I don't find that in your films.
I want to make movies for people who watch a lot of movies, people who have seen a lot of things, because like for Other Side of the Box, I wanted to I love a mysterious box. I love a void. And I wanted to make a movie. I'm like, I feel like I've seen a movie where somebody brings over a creepy package. And I had all these ideas of like, I wanted to have the movie be more interesting after they open the box. And I also wanted to make a monster movie where you didn't have to hide the monster. I mean, he's hidden a little bit, but I've never seen like a monster movie where you like exist in the room with the monster for extended period of time and it doesn't decrease the tension.
Oh my God. It's so good. It's easily found on YouTube. I highly recommend everyone seeks it out because it is like, I'm a jaded horror person. I'm a little older than you, watched a ton, and it is so good. It is so good.
Thanks, dude.
I'm so excited to be any part of anything you do. And Play Me is a lot of fun too. It's no box one, but
yeah. Play Me was like, I think my roots are deep down are in thriller, and it's like kind of goes to the movie I chose today.
Yes.
I find thrillers consistently more interesting than horror because they have to be, because they don't have scares to lean on. And
Sure.
so in my heart of hearts, I think I'm always looking to make thrillers, and sometimes they are scarier than others.
Okay, that makes sense. Is there a particular movie that was like, this is the film that has turned me onto this genre, or is it just in general? How did you? Yeah, was there a movie that made it happen for you?
The movie that made it happen is not my favorite horror movie. It was sort of like the gateway for me. Like, I did not grow up as a horror kid. My parents didn't like horror, like to the point that like any horror adjacent thing from like Spielberg, like I didn't see until my early 20s. Like, I didn't see E.T. or Jaws until my early 20s, but we saw Indiana Jones and all this stuff. So I
Yeah.
grew up very far from horror. And then in my teenage years, it was during the 2000s with like torture porn is what people
Yeah.
call it, but like a lot of studio remakes, and I just wasn't into horror. I wasn't into a lot of stuff around that time. And then I saw The Witch and It Follows,
Mm,
and that got me to go back and watch The Thing and Alien and all these other movies, and it just like clicked for me that like horror could be a lot of different things, because I had only seen horror as one thing.
okay. Yeah, those early 2000s slashers and remakes were, and I'm not a huge Eli Roth fan, but respect he's been successful. Yeah. Okay. So, do you prefer a horror movie in a crowded movie theater or Home Alone in the dark?
Definitely crowded movie theater. Like, I would say
Really?
I've watched horror movies because I don't really get scared that much. So for me,
Yeah.
it's feeding off the energy of everyone in the room. Like I watch when I watched Weapons the second time and knew everything that was coming, it was such a delight to like hear all the people who hadn't seen it yet
Yeah.
react. So fun. And that makes movies a lot more fun for me. Like, I can watch a movie that at home, excuse me, to be a little reductive, maybe like 7 out of 10 at home, or like 11 out of 10 in an IMAX theater.
Wow. So I know you grew up in the generation where, people have a lot of cell phones. Does that bother you in movie theaters?
Oh yeah, no, I'm a massive, like, I will see red. Like, you're
Okay,
getting
me
shushed,
too.
you're getting a conversation. Like,
Oh, you speak up.
yeah. I will shush or I will speak up. I've spoken up multiple times. Fortunately, in LA, it doesn't happen as much as where I'm from, but yeah, it will ruin the movie for me.
Me too. I was saying on another episode, I sat next to this young lady during Long Legs. Whole movie, she played with her phone right next to me, and I didn't say anything because she seemed like a nice person, but I didn't want to be a Karen. But
I
you told
know.
me. I'll speak up.
I think culture is on our side. Anytime I see people complain about not being able to talk in movie theaters online, like, they get ratioed real quick.
Okay, I will muster the strength to do it.
It's hard.
Okay, now brings us to the moment of the trivia games. I hope you're ready. We have a few
Oh
short
yeah, sure.
trivia games. All right. I'm going to show you. First game is I'm going to show you 3 images from a movie poster up close, a little further out from there. You get 3 guesses as to what film it is. If you get it wrong, for each time you say it wrong, you get a dead. 3 dead deads means you lose. If you get it right, you get a living dead. And I'll
Okay.
show you what poster it is. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
First image. And there are 3 hints I can give you, and you can ask.
Us.
What? You get a living dead. Oh my God, that was so fast. Good job.
Yeah. I mean, that red and that leather, that's very distinctive.
Oh, such a good movie. Did you like that movie?
I did. I did. It's hard to top Get Out, but I liked it a lot. I'm a huge fan of doppelganger movies.
Yeah. Huh.
I also, like, as a filmmaker, it's really important for me to be as politically correct and diplomatic as possible.
Sure. No, that is absolutely fair. Well, I loved it. I can't wait for what he does next. Love Nope as well. Okay, next game.
Yeah.
It is a movie poster tagline. Hopefully this is a little more difficult for you.
Ooh.
I'm going to show you the tagline from the movie poster. Again, 3 guesses. 3 dead deads means you lose. Okay, here it goes. Watch out. They get you while you're sleeping. And you can ask for 3 hints.
I'll take a hint.
It takes place in San Francisco. Watch out. They get you while you're sleeping.
One more hint.
The director of the original 1956 movie appears in the film as a taxi driver.
Oh, fuck. I may have not seen this. I'm going to ask for the final hint.
The final hint is lead Donald Sutherland was hit by a car while filming this film.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Body Snatchers.
You are correct. You get a
Thank
living dead.
That was close.
You got it. Good job. Okay, our last game. Now this one I get to play with you. Here's the instructions on how to play.
Now let's play Connect a Horror Movie Title. All you do is using the last letter or last few letters or sound of a movie title is how you connect the next movie title. To demonstrate, I'll use non-horror movie titles. Top Gun. Never-Ending Story. Year of the Dragon. Gone with the Wind. Wind and the Willows. Top Gun, Never-Ending Story, Year of the Dragon with the Wind and the Willows. Last one to think of a connecting title presents their movie first. Now break a leg.
Okay, Caleb, does that make sense to you?
Yes. Yeah, we are connecting them all together into one. Yeah.
Exactly. And the one to get theirs right presents their film first. All right. So you come up with the first title, and then I will build from there.
Okay. Oh, so I'm connecting a bunch of movies? I'm coming up with
You're going to name one, and then I'll connect the second one.
Got you.
And I'll write them down.
Night of the Living Dead.
Okay. And then I will come up with Dead Heat. Night of the Living Dead. Okay, so you do the next one.
And you said Dead Heat?
I said Dead Heat.
Dead Heat.
And you can use the eat if that helps. I don't know, or heat something, or just the T. You've got options.
I don't know if I think it might have to be eat. Night of the Living. So it needs to sort of like connect to heat, right?
It has to connect either by sound or last few letters or last letter.
Okay, good. It's good that you can edit this. You make it seem like I came up with it real fast.
Okay, I will.
Give me a second. I'm gonna dig deep.
All right.
So it can just be the last letter?
It can just be, that's usually what I end up doing. I'm not that good at this game.
Give me a second.
Sure. I'm gonna drink from my imposter.
I'm gonna go with Terrifier.
Okay. Have you seen Terrified?
Oh, Terrified. I'm gonna go with Terrified. Edit that middle.
Oh, I totally influenced you. I'm sorry.
Terrifier is my answer.
Okay, Terrifier. All right.
Night of the
Terrified
Living
is one of my favorite.
Dead.
Okay. He Terrifier. Razorback. Night of the Living Dead. He terrifies her back. Have you seen that? Do you know that movie?
I don't know Razorback actually.
It's about a giant killer boar in Australia.
Oh, sick. There's have you heard about Chimp coming out? There's a horror movie with a chimpanzee coming out. I feel like people saw Nope and they're like, "Yep, that's a movie."
Yeah,
you said
that would be
Razorback.
Razorback. See, I only went with the
Killer
last
Clowns from
letter.
Outer Space.
Oh, I love that movie. It's so good. Okay, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Oh, The Entity without the V.
Ah, okay. All right. Let's see. Entity, Killer, Night of the Living Dead, He, Terrifier, Razorback,
Killer Clowns
from Outer Space.
It works. Final letter. It works.
You're next.
I am. I know. After you. I'm just kidding.
Ah!
Oh, that's good. It was hard to, yeah, that's a good one. I love that movie. That's a really good movie.
Entity or
Next, I don't know. Because I'm coming up with titles I did in other episodes, so I don't want to do that.
This is going to get harder and harder as you go on.
It is. It totally is. I'll have to get another person to play. I think unless I can come up with an X something, I can't. You win, Caleb.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Woo! Good job. So I guess you'll get the, we'll give you the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead, he terrifier, razorback killer, clowns from outer space, and entity. You're next. Okay, that's a good title. So what movie are you here to talk to us about and recommend today?
Silence of the Lambs.
Never heard of it.
Yep, it is this small little indie movie. A bunch of silly people running around with guns and skinning people. I saw it when I was 14 years old in my dad's office on a little 4x3 TV. My dad had all these like stacks of DVDs, no boxes, and they're all just dad thrillers. So I've seen like every John Grisham adaptation, like dad thrillers. Oh yeah, like if you go on Paramount Plus, you'll see a lot of dad thrillers. Okay. And he turned on Silence of the Lambs, and it was one of the most like formative experiences for me, because that was like how I got into horror. Since my dad didn't like horror, he still liked darker thrillers, and that movie changed my DNA. Like I didn't know movies could be that good up until that point, and it scared me in a way that horror movies weren't. And there's and I'm such a fan of like detective thriller mysteries. I'm such a fan of characters on their character journey having to deal with, like, explore pure evil and seeing what it does to them and how it changes them. And the actual version of evil presented in this movie is presented in such a clinical way. Like I always, like, I can track back anything I've written and everything I want to read. I mean, just like, it wasn't until I chose this movie that I started to make connections to Other Side of the Box. The idea of being within feet of something truly terrifying, but not being in danger, and that ambiguity of you're in a dangerous situation, but you don't exactly know where the danger is going to come from. And being able to intellectually explore evil in a laboratory environment, both as they talk about Buffalo Bill and as they talk about each other. And it's like the whole Lecter archetype. It's almost like Sherlock Holmes. Like it, like once it entered pop culture, like it just became its own genre. Like you see it in TV shows. Like anytime a hero has to interview a villain who is not the antagonist to gain insight on the antagonist, like in my opinion, that all goes back to Hannibal Lecter. And
let's go to the trailer and we can continue talking about it. Here's the trailer.
You spook easily, Starling?
Not yet, sir.
He's past the others. The last cell. I'll be watching. You'll do fine.
A killer is on the loose.
Keeps them alive for 3 days. Then he shoots them, skins them, and dumps them.
A rookie FBI agent is on his trail.
He's got real physical strength, cautious, precise, and he's never impulsive. He'll never stop.
But in order to track him down, she'll have to match wits.
I'll help you catch him, Clary.
Believe me, you don't want Hannibal Lecter inside your head.
With the darkest of all minds.
Just do your job, but never forget what he is.
Oh, he's a monster. Pure psychopath. So rare to capture one alive.
So close to the way you're going to catch him. Do you realize that? Oh, Clarice, your problem is you need to get more fun out of life.
You told me you don't spook easily.
You call this easy, sir?
Lecter's missing hand arm.
Man's a raving maniac. Who knows what he'll do?
Thank you, Clary. Thank you.
It's funny because I saw this movie twice at the theater when it came out, and I was a horror fan back then. I'm obviously a little bit older than you, but I didn't think of it as a horror movie. And within the past few weeks, I've had a few people say to me, Silence of the Lambs is one of the scariest movies and definitely one of the best horror films I've ever seen. So it's interesting how different people see different things as horror. And that goes back to what you said about horror can be a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about the situations in this film, they're really horrific in the things that happen in it.
And it really proves that fear and scary isn't synonymous with actual scare scenes. The buildup and the tension in between the scenes. I mean, there's probably only like a handful, maybe 5 truly scary scenes in the entire movie, but it's all of those scenes are charged in between. It feels like you are on the precipice of something truly dangerous at all times, even though you are technically safe. And that kind of fear is so compelling to me that you can be scared in a brightly lit room behind bars, on the other side of bars. And it feels like you're tapping into an evil so malevolent that you never really are safe.
It's funny you say brightly lit room because that room looks really dark to me.
It does. But like, what's great is, and that trailer is very much like a product of its time. Like, it's not nearly as like action packed. But the truth is like she goes down this dark, dimly lit tunnel, and she's walking past barred cells and poorly lit cells, and she gets a Hannibal cell, and it's glass, and it's the brightest cell on the block, and he's just standing there, hands at his side, very polite, and all of the context and exposition you've gotten up into this point has told you how scary he is, and he's just standing there in this like under these bright fluorescent lights, and he says good evening, and it immediately you know you're safe. And as a kid, one of the scariest moments was whenever he says, may I see your credentials? And she pulls out her ID and he says, closer, please. And the first rule she learned is like, don't approach.
Don't get close.
And she gets closer and he says, closer. And she gets closer again. And to get a little inside baseball, there's this, one of my favorite tiny little things about this moment is the cinematography. Because as she gets closer the final time, she leaves the light of the hallway and enters the light of the cell, and you can see her pass through a shadow. You can visually see the threshold in which she's crossing, and he gets closer to the glass until they're both in close-up, and you can't tell there's a cell in between them. And as a kid, all I was thinking was like, she is not safe. She's got to get the hell out of here, even though she is safe. And that fear is what I'm talking about.
Did you ever see Michael Mann's Manhunter?
I did. Yeah.
I saw that, when that came out. I was young, probably the same age you were when you saw this. And for me, he was always my Hannibal Lecter, Brian Cox. And for me, I found that movie more raw and scarier because, the bad guy and stuff's a little creepier. So I think when I went into this, I was like, this felt almost too polished in a sense to me, and stylized, where I found the other one almost obviously very 80s at this point, but has sort of a grounded, almost documentary vibe to it in a sense.
Yeah, and I think that I completely get that appeal. For me, like, this movie treats Hannibal Lecter as such a mythological character that doesn't feel like he could possibly exist. And for me, it almost makes the film feel supernatural. And I've always gravitated towards Seven is another one high on my list. And I've always gravitated towards thrillers and horrors that are completely based in reality, that feel like they have this metaphysical undercurrent to them. And when you talk to Hannibal Lecter, the feeling that you have never met a person like this, when like in reality, like the genius serial killer archetype is ubiquitous, and but because it has this polish, it feels there's this like sense of unreality to it that like I really respond to.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's I'm glad I rewatched it. My son loved it, preferred it much more than Manhunter. But this is a great pick. Is there anything else you want to share about this film that you think is
There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I love. As I was going through the commentary, I was reminded of how like almost all of the key players who made this movie good were second choices. Like the movie was not originally going to be directed by Jonathan Demme. It went to Gene Hackman. Jonathan Demme wanted Sean Connery, I believe, for Hannibal Lecter. He passed. He wanted Michelle Pfeiffer and Meg Ryan for Jodie Foster. They passed. And this idea that like this movie feels so perfect to me, and I can't imagine anyone else a part of this movie, and yet they're all second choices. And it's and as I was listening to the commentary, I was just struck at how much empathy everyone had involved. The director is an incredibly like sweet, empathetic person who like cares about the subject matter and the people, who came from dramas, and Anthony Hopkins is just like such a beautiful person, and Jodie Foster is so fucking I mean, she's I just can't imagine anyone else like a part of it. And that just struck me because often when making a movie, you have a perfect idea of the movie inside your head.
Sure.
And this movie is a perfect example of like letting yourself be surprised, because I mean, Jonathan Demme didn't want Clarice or want Jodie Foster as Clarice at first. And like the amount of vulnerability she brings to this character, this hero, is so it's the mark of everything I want to do.
Yeah. And you're going to do it, and you're doing it. Anthony Hopkins is extraordinary in this, though, as was Brian Cox in Manhunter.
Yes, very much. And I love Mads Mikkelsen in the show. I think I like that they're all different takes. Anthony Hopkins is my Hannibal Lecter, though.
Oh, he's just one of the best actors. You ever see The Father with him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so good. What a good film. He's so great in it. Well, thank you for presenting this film. We have this segment now called The Bloody Spotlight. And this week I interviewed my sister-in-law, who had a large supporting role in Renfield. On this week's Bloody Spotlight, I am honored to welcome my sister-in-law, Camille Chen. You know her from a bunch of things, including Lucifer, Suits LA, Game Night, American Horror Story, Grey's Anatomy, Law and Order, The Woman Who Jumps for the Dollar in the State Farm commercial. But most importantly, we are here to talk to her about her role as Kate, Awkwafina's sister in Renfield. Everyone, please welcome Camille Chen. Camille Chen.
Is that a real audience applauding for me?
Yeah, that was. Hey guys, thank you. Yeah, they're kind of noisy. Shh. Do you even like horror? I want to play just briefly some of your clips from Renfield, and then we can discuss it.
You guys been back for 4 months. What have you done about the Lobos? A wiretap, subpoena, a fucking parking ticket, a hard stare across a diner.
I am just as mad about what they did to Dad as you are. I want revenge just as bad as you do. But every day I force myself to swallow that anger so I don't fuck up my investigation. And if you cannot learn to let that go, you're never gonna get the justice that you want. Whoever's responsible for those disappearances has been linked to cases all over the world going back decades. If this is the same guy, he's probably 70 or 80 years old, and he might be the most prolific serial killer the world has ever known.
I'm at his place, but it's okay because he's in my custody. And he had made me some cookies.
You didn't eat the cookies, did you?
And I can heal your sister. My blood will bring her back. And I will undo what the Lobos have done.
You okay? Renfield said you guys gave me some Dracula blood.
Oh, no. It's a euphemism for, it's like an herbal remedy.
Okay, so you think they carried at GNC?
I guess I should have said spoiler alert to anyone who hasn't seen that movie. But how did this come to be? How did you land this role in this movie?
So I did a self-tape, and originally my character had elbow crutches because of a pretty severe injury from some sting operation that my sister fucked up. Then when I got the call back, I was like, oh, it must be an Asian lead. So I asked my agents, I was like, do you have that self-tape, just so I can sort of refresh my memory of what I did? And at the end of one of the scenes, I walk out. It's a reveal, and I walk out with my elbow crutches. So in my self-tape, it's a very serious scene, and then I kind of walk out with my elbow crutches, but I'm kind of like doing that, and then once I get out of frame, I burst out laughing because it was sort of ridiculous. And my agent sends me the tape, and they didn't cut that part out.
That's in there.
I walk out off frame, and then I just burst out laughing, and it could be misconstrued that I'm like laughing at handicapped people.
Oh God.
Either they didn't watch till the end of the tape, or they did and they didn't care, or they thought it was funny that I don't know.
Yeah.
That ended up getting written out. So then I got the call back, and it was on Zoom. And then my agent and my manager called me, and anytime they both call me, I'm like, oh, I booked something, but I didn't know what it was. And then they told me.
So what was your experience working on this film? Because I believe there were some rewrites and stuff while you were doing this, and maybe the script wasn't fully baked yet. Is that correct?
This is a story that Chris told us, that when he pitched this to Universal, he only had a third of a script. They were like, yeah, let's make it. So they were sort of writing the script as we were filming.
Was that challenging? I would find that challenging.
Yes, for me, because one day one of the producers texted me, and she said, hey, I just want to make sure you got the new pages. And I was like, oh, what? I didn't. So I checked my email, and what I was supposed to be filming at 10 in an hour and a half from when I got that text was completely different from these new pages. Like, my scene turned into a monologue that was not at all similar to what I prepared. I was able to memorize it, but I wasn't really able to make any choices.
Sure.
I was just able to memorize it. But because they were writing and figuring it out as we were filming, Chris had me do it several different ways, because then in the edit they try to figure out, okay, what's their story? Sure. Yeah, what's their relationship? And so that was helpful for him to just be like, okay, do it like this. Now do it like this. I mean, I remember I got picked up one day, and Ben Schwartz was in the van.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, hey, you're working today? Because he wasn't on the call sheet. And he was like, yeah, I just found out I was working. It was very sort of last minute. We were sort of winging it.
The film is a lot of fun, and I know it has quite a following. What was your general experience beyond that kind of stuff working on this film?
It was great. Yeah, it was really great. Nicholas Hoult was just so lovely. Just so friendly and chill and funny, and yeah, it was really fun.
With other jobs that you've done a little bit of stunt work, but I want to show you, I want to talk about one clip. But first, for example, this is some other stunt work you've done, which I imagine probably took a bit of training.
I don't have State Farm, but insurance, find me money.
I got you $1. Oh, you almost had it.
Yeah, like the timing of that, the spin, the way you reach for the dollar, I imagine you probably had a stunt double. So which brings me to this next clip, and I want to ask you.
Well, let me tell you something about that.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was going to end up being the gag. Like, there was the fishing pole.
Mm-hmm.
They tried a metal detector. They tried several different things to find money, right? But we ended up on the fishing pole. But they put the dollar on an actual fishing hook. And one time I actually almost got the dollar, which means the fishing hook would have gone through my hand.
Were you aware there was an actual fishing hook?
Yeah. I was like, they have to be faster.
That's dangerous. So which brings me to this clip I want to show from Renfield. This seems pretty intense. There's quite a buildup. I want to know first how many days it took to shoot this sequence. Was this you? Was it a stunt double? And I cut a little short on it because it gets a bit intense. So I don't want to. Yeah, but here it is. Here's the sequence. I'm so curious how you did this, and was it truly scary to film?
Why do you hate that so much?
I don't hate it. I'm just like, oh my God, did you, it goes a little bit longer. I don't have that piece of it because I thought for my audience, sorry guys, it's a bit intense, but did you end up actually hitting the chair?
No.
Was that a stunt double? Was that you?
Nobody notices nobody has ever brought that up except for you.
That's the art of it. Wow. It just, people are so enveloped in the tense.
The DP wanted me to hug the wall so that they could see Nora in the background.
So that was not a stunt.
I went around the chair.
Okay, so that was an actual, it was a metal chair, it wasn't like cardboard. If you hit it, you wouldn't get hurt. That was an actual chair.
Nick Cage was so funny. He stayed in character the entire time. We would come together and we would read through the scene, and then they would call the entire crew in to see how the scene was being blocked so lighting can figure out and blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
But usually it's a speed through, but Nick Cage would have to do the entire scene at pace, like at his pace. So all of us were kind of like, oh my God, he's like really into it. And the camera's not rolling. And he would just have to do his entire monologue in the slow speed. So we were like, oh, wow, he's really like staying in character. But then when the movie came out, I was like, oh my God, he's brilliant. Like, he's a genius.
Yeah.
He's so funny. And then there was so much stuff that was shot because they were writing as they were filming, going along.
Yeah.
There was so much stuff that was shot that was cut out that Nick Holt did this entire musical number. It was like Snow White, almost like animated flowers and animals. It's like am I in love sequence?
Yeah.
But he sings and dances, and it's this whole like animation, music, dancing, like background dancers, everything that completely got cut.
Anyway, Camille, thank you so much for your time. Everyone, check out our IMDb. There's like 5 bazillion credits on there. Is there anything you want to talk about that's coming up or anything, or just?
Yeah, I did this. I did a movie with Mark Maron, and my scenes are only with Mark Maron, but Lily Gladstone's in it, Judy Greer, Michael McKean, Alan Ruck. It's called In Memoriam.
In Memoriam. Keep an eye out for that film. Camille, thank you for your time.
That movie was so much better than I thought it was going to be. It's really good. The fight scenes are fucking epic.
Oh, they're great. I'm actually curious to see the movie that she was talking about, some of the stuff they shot that didn't make it in. I want to see that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to see that. Anyway, I want to briefly talk about the movie I'm recommending this week, not in great detail, but my very favorite film from last year, 2024, was this Norwegian film called Handling the Undead, directed by Thea Hifstendal. I'm sure I'm saying that horribly. For me, it is, for hardcore horror fans, I think they are disappointed with it because it's not like a Living Dead movie, but it is about what would it be like if the dead, our loved ones who are dead, if they really did come back, and what would that look like? And this movie is one of the saddest films I've ever seen. It certainly has an element of creepy. There's just enough horror to satisfy the horror fan, but it is a drama and it's heartbreakingly sad. Here's a little trailer for it, and I highly recommend you see it.
Fenomenet ser ut til å begrense seg til Oslo-regionen. Helt presis hva som har skjedd, det er usikkert.
Mamma er død.
Og så våknet hun igjen.
Hva betyr det? Jeg vet ikke. Elias. Hvor er du? Bare på sykehuset.
Nei, da mister vi han igjen.
Jeg har savnet deg. Jeg elsker deg. Vare sig du vill eller inte. Se, mamma. Han er ikke fin.
Du må ikke holde så hardt. Nå må du slippe.
Jeg var syk! Jeg elsker deg. Vare sig du vill eller inte. Pappa! Jag älskar dig. Vare sig du vill eller inte.
I love movies that deal with loss, and this movie deals with it in a big, big, big way. It's three families dealing with their loved ones who have come back at different stages of being dead. You know, one really recently, one a few years, and you haven't seen it, have you?
I saw this trailer last year and I completely forgot about it. Like, this looked really interesting to me. And that's the lead actress from Worst Person in the World, right?
Oh my God. And that is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
No, I've seen that. I loved it. I think I'm going to watch this. I completely forgot about it.
It is very quiet. I hate the term slow burn, but it is quiet and slow. But I think there's a lot more going on that you can think about, and it's so moving. I'd love to hear what you think about it after you see it.
Yeah.
Check it out. Caleb, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. Everyone, please check him out on IMDb. He is Caleb J. Phillips on IMDb, and on Instagram at caleb.j.phillips on Instagram, and check out his movies, Play Me and Other Side of the Box on YouTube. And look out for Imposters. I got my mug. I got my water.
I should have got my mug.
Did you get a mug?
I did get a mug, yeah, but
Okay.
it's in the cabinet. I'm not drinking coffee right now. Like, I already drank
That's
my
just
cup, and yeah, okay.
This is my morning coffee mug every day.
It's one of the best wrap gifts I've ever gotten, and like, it goes to show you, like, a useful wrap gift is like the way to go.
It is the best. I got some other movie. I got some like huge water bottle with like the name on it. I'm like, I never use this thing, but this is perfect. Thank you, Caleb. Stay tuned for the closing credits. Everyone like, share, tell your friends, and check out Caleb's work. And stand by for 1 second, Caleb. Bye, everyone else.
Jumpscare rewind. Jumpscare.